and welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. My name is Beloved, and on this channel I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our special feature today, which is titled Learning to Love. And you can actually find this film streaming right now on Pureflix. And here's what this film is about. Harry struggles to connect with his two daughters when they lose their faith after losing their mom. When they are faced with the prospect of a new nanny, they are pleasantly surprised by Steph, who floods their hearts with warmth and positivity. Now, y'all, I have to tell you, I really enjoyed this film. Oh my goodness, I just really enjoyed this film, right? Here we meet Harry. Harry, like as the synopsis said, you can imagine the heartbreak that, the loss of a family member may leave behind, especially when you are left, as a husband, a father to two young daughters. It's like, my goodness, what do you do with that? You can just imagine, just the loss of hope and, not really knowing the uncertainty and not really knowing how to move forward. At the same time, you're hurting, you're grieving. And you have to stay positive. You have to stay strong for your two daughters who are also, grieving as well and just as hopeless as you may feel. And so that right there was just very heartbreaking. But to see, just how present God is, that he really does hear our prayers. He really does collect our tears in a bottle. And we're not alone when we are going through things that are just very, very painful and very, very challenging. So when God sends Steph into their lives, in a very surprising, very quirky way, the way that Harry meets Steph, I'm not going to go into details about it, but it's going to be very, very funny, y'all. So much fun. This film was just fun all across the board, even with, the stuff that is very, very challenging right there in the midst of all of that. But it's just amazing just to see how God just works in our lives, that he really doesn't forget about us and he really cares about us so deeply, so affectionately, and stuff comes into their life, just full of brightness, sunshine, positivity, energetic. She just amazing. Everybody needs like a Steph in their life, like for real, y'all, because this woman, she is, and she has her own story. She comes from her own heartbreak that she is dealing with as well. And she steps out on faith to move to Miami, with her best friend from college, not really knowing what is going to be waiting there for her or what is gonna entail this whole adventure that she's going on, but she knows she just has to move forward. And I love that she just gives us the courage as the audience, as the viewers, to move forward in whatever God has for you. You may have to leave behind some things that you had no business being involved in. In Steph's situation, in her case, a relationship that she was involved with that wasn't God's best for her, and she steps out on faith, and leaves that relationship and move to a total different city, that she has, no real roots there, besides her best friend from college, and she just trusts God, and just trusting him every step of the way, knowing that he is he's worthy of our trust. And I love that because we get so many different viewpoints in this film, from Harry's perspective, with what he's dealing with, grief and loss, and Steph, dealing with heartbreak as well. And her best friend, Mia, everybody needs a Mia in your life, y'all. Their relationship, Mia and Steph's relationship in this film, is so much fun. You can just imagine it. Their relationship pulls you into this film like no other. And you're like, man, if you don't have a best friend in your life, you're like, oh God, can you please send me a Steph or a Mia? Like for real, for real. I just love the way that they encourage one another, the way that they relate to one another. And there's no jealousy, there's no envy in it or strife in their relationship. They're on different journeys at the same time, meeting each other in a place in their life where there's so much uncertainty there with the different things that they're dealing with. And and Steph, leaving a relationship that she stepped out of, that she know that she needed to leave, but at the same time, who wants to be alone? But I love that she fought that loneliness, and it's like, I'd rather be alone and in God's will than be with somebody and not in God's will. So I love that, because not many people are encouraged to do that, but I encourage you, this film does encourage you to do that. Do whatever you have to do to follow God and to be in his will, because it's gonna end well, with him by your side. And so you can imagine how she could possibly feel meeting her best friend and living with her for a minute from college, who Mia is now stepping into a relationship that obviously God has had for her. And yet there's no strife, there's no envy there. They support each other. They're like, they're best friends. You know, no matter what, they're gonna stand there beside each other and be there for one another, no matter where they are in along their journeys with God. And I just love that. So we get to see all of that on top of these darling little girls that Harry is a father of, to see how they are, you know, coping with the different things that they're dealing with, as well as, you know, trusting somebody new to enter their lives. You know, that can be very, very scary for, you know, young girls who have just lost their mom not too long ago. So this film just has so many different things going on, y'all, but I promise y'all gonna have so much fun. Not to mention, y'all, this is happening in Miami, so you feel that breeze, you feel that sunshine, and you just loving the scenery throughout every scene. So that keeps you, you know, engaged with this film. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and close us out. I can go on and on about this film. I just love this film, y'all. I mean, this was just beautiful, amazing, encouraging, all that good stuff. And once again, you can find this film streaming right now on Pureflix, and it's titled Learning to Love. So until next time, y'all, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.